Hi, welcome back to Southwest Florida Golf and Country Club Lifestyle. My name is Scott Richardson, PGA Life member and also a global real estate advisor right here in beautiful Southwest Florida. If you watched some of our videos in the past, you've seen we started talking about the different areas of Lee and Collier County that have tons of golf course communities, just so many down here that you really want to start to narrow your search before you get here. We are considered the golf capital of the world. There's more golf courses per capita than anywhere else. And in fact, we've got about 140 golf courses just between Lee and Collier County. One of our last videos, we talked about the Immokalee Corridor, which runs east and west in the north side of Naples. Today, we're going to kind of preview some of the courses and talk about them that are on the south end of Lee County, which is basically Bonita Springs, Estero, up into the south end of Fort Myers, but they're kind of all along US 41. 41 is a main road. It actually runs all the way from Key West up into northern Michigan. 41 has been here a long time, and it's one of the areas where they started building, and it's kind of the status marker east and west. If you can live west of 41, usually those communities have a little more polish, they're a little bit more expensive, a little more high end. If you end up bumping just east of 41, you can get a little more value, a little more home for your dollar. If you're worried about the status, west of 41 is kind of where a lot of the clubs are. It's not to say they don't have some awesome golf clubs east of 41, but it's just kind of how it's laid out down here. So we're going to go from basically Bonita Beach Road, which is on the south end of Collier or south end of Lee County, and head north and just touch on a few of the golf courses you'll bump into. So kind of at the corner of 41 and Bonita Beach Road is Spanish Wells. As you head north, once you get to the west side, you'll bump into Bonita Bay. Now, Bonita Bay is one of the big communities down here. They have a total of 5 golf courses. There are 3 there on the main campus in Bonita Springs. They have about 3,300 homes, condos, high-rises, single-family homes, just about anything you'd want is in Bonita Bay. They've got tremendous amenities. They've got a phenomenal tennis program and pickleball. And so that is really one of those clubs and communities that is really built for lifestyle. As you head a little bit further north, you'll bump into Highland Woods, and then eventually left is going to be the Nest, which is part of Pelican Landing, and also you find the Colony in there. Pelican Landing is another master plan community. 2 golf courses in there, the Nest and the Colony, a little bit separate from actual Pelican Landing. But if you are a homeowner inside of Pelican Landing, there's certain amenities you get. They have their private beach area that they can take you by a boat. So it's kind of got some neat, interesting things and options, amenities for the homeowners inside Pelican Landing. But the Nest and the Colony are the 2 golf courses you'll find in there. A little bit further north, you'll find Salt Leaf, which is one of the resort courses up here. Great golf course. They've done something kind of innovative I hadn't seen before, which is like some stacked sod areas next to the cart paths. You see a lot of the stacked sod around some of the bunkers in Scotland and Ireland, and they've done it here in Southwest Florida. Just east of 41, in that same area, Shadowwood Country Club. It's an area called the Brooks, which is master plan community, kind of like Bonita Bay, with the exception that they have 3 distinct country clubs you could join over there. If you buy a home or condo in Spring Run or Copperleaf, they're bundle golf communities, so they include the golf with the home, and through your HOA fees is how you pay your dues. If you choose to join Shadowwood Country Club, it's its own standalone country club. They obviously have homes in there and condos and whatnot, but it's its own country club, and they have 54 holes of golf, and they have a tremendous practice facility, so there's tons of things to do there as well. One of their golf courses is a little bit further north, and I'll touch on that here in just a second. Inside of the Brooks, we've got Spring Run and Copperleaf. As you head a little bit further north is Pelican Sound, which is a golf and river club. They have some boating, they have some river access, a marina that you can get out to I guess it's Estero Bay, and then eventually out to the Gulf of Mexico. Next to that is West Bay, which is a tremendous golf course itself. It's really hard and challenging. They've got some high-rise condos that look out over Estero Bay. You watch the sunset around it, just spectacular. Further north is Breckenridge Golf and Country Club. The east side of the road is Estero Country Club at the Vines. And then we bump into what's called Shadowwood Preserve. You're going to be talking about Shadowwood Country Club. Well, Shadowwood Preserve is its own little community, about 290 homes and condos. That's maybe 6 or 7 miles north of Shadowwood Country Club. But if you belong to Shadowwood Country Club, you have access to the Shadowwood Preserve golf course. So it's part of that club down just a little bit south of us. So at Shadowwood Preserve, it's just a kind of a quiet little community up there, but they do have 18 holes of golf as long as you're a member of Shadowwood Country Club. And finally, as you get up to the south end of Fort Myers, you bump into the Forest, which is 36 holes, one really difficult, challenging golf course, and one that's a little more user-friendly. Always in great shape, so the Forest is a nice spot to end up if you want to be kind of on the south end of Fort Myers, halfway between downtown Fort Myers and the Bonita Springs, Naples area. So that's kind of a snapshot look at US 41 going north from Bonita Beach Road. kind of the south end of Lee County heading north. So plenty of options there. We'll keep breaking down our area and talk about Old Naples. We'll talk about South Naples, and we'll talk about the middle part of Naples as well. So there's still lots to talk about, plenty of golf courses to go over, and we'll see you soon.